Dion Momolka here. We're on the way to Sebring International Raceway for the Sebring 12 Hour and driving the beautiful Audi Q5 on the way there. And I thought I'd do a fun Would You Rather video on the way to Sebring in this fine automobile. So we asked some fans on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram for just some random Would You Rather questions. The winners of the questions that we picked all get free Dion VM Audi t-shirts. So I guess we should just start. Michael Waldron asked, would I rather drink fresh from Florida cold OJ or a nice cold beer after the Sebring 12 Hour? I gotta say, fresh from Florida OJ with maybe a little bit of that podium champagne would be the ultimate best kind of post-race drink. So fresh from Florida OJ for Sebring 12 Hour. Rick Kogelschatz asked, would I rather train using a bacon regime or a bratwurst regime? You know, I think I would be lynched if I didn't go for bratwurst here driving this Audi. So a nice brat after a good workout, you really can't beat that. So I'm going to go with the bratwurst regime, and it's probably the best regime for getting ready for the Sebring 12 Hour, actually. So, Giovanni Mendoza asks, would I rather be Iron Man or a racing superhero? I think a racing superhero already exists with Speed Racer. And I gotta say, on the coolness factor, I think Iron Man wins. So, being Iron Man, I'd probably invent the coolest race car ever, and then I would be able to race the coolest race car ever. So that would mean I'd probably be racing the R18 e-tron Quattro. So I'd probably go with Iron Man. David Sockrider asks, would I rather grow a porn mustache or a mullet? The mullet's been done before, and I don't think I can match what Jordan Taylor did on his mullet. It was just full commitment. It was a work of art. The porn stash, however, I think would look, take the helmet off, and the first thing you see is that. I can't really grow facial hair, so just to be able to know what it would be like, I would have to go with the porn stash. That would be a very unique driving addition. I think it would help me in turn 1 at Sebring a little bit too. Aletta Godin wants to know the question that everybody is really asking and needs to know. Would I rather eat biltong or beef jerky? Now, for everyone out there, beef jerky just needs to be thrown away. It does not need to exist. Biltong just needs to be everywhere. If you've never had biltong, go home, look up the recipe, and make it, because it'll change your world. At Skippy C wants to know if I would rather figure out driver rankings or BOP. Easy. Driver rankings, they don't need to exist. Get rid of them. Done. At Mickey Heft would like to know if I would rather arm wrestle Shea Adam, Radio Lamar reporter, or do a quadruple stint. I know Shea Adam is all about the P90X, and she's strong, and I feel like she knows all the secrets. She knows how to defeat me in arm wrestling. So I'm going to go ahead and say a quadruple stint anywhere over arm wrestling Shea Adam. At Jimmy B84 would like to know, would I sign a 20-year Audi GT contract or get the opportunity to go race the 24 Hours of Le Mans in the Audi R18 e-tron Quattro? I would have to say that, sorry, I'm stuck behind somebody that doesn't know how to drive a traffic circle. I would have to say, driving an R18 e-tron Quattro at Le Mans, that's the dream ride for every driver, dream car, dream race. I would definitely say that's the #1 objective goal, so that's the dream. At Michael Curry wants to know if I would rather wear clown shoes or a clown wig every day. If I wore a clown wig, I think I would look a little bit like Boris Said, so I'm going to go with the clown wig. So Ralphie43 asks, would I rather drive the Audi R8 LMS butt naked in the coldest day in Antarctica, or in 5 fire suits on the hottest, most humid day in India? I think driving the Audi R8 LMS would be pretty fun butt naked. I think the engineers always focus on safety, on keeping it safe. So 5 fire suits in hot conditions, that just sounds like Barber in the middle of June. So I would say butt naked in Antarctica would be a pretty cool way to drive any race car, let alone the Audi R8 LMS. Mickey Heath would like to know, would I rather fight one giant Tom Christensen or 100 tiny Alan McNishes? I think the there is redundant when we talk about Alan McNish, isn't it? But thinking about 100 angry Scotsman, feisty Alan McNish people screaming at me wanting to fight is really scary. So I'm gonna have to go with Tom Christensen, one giant one. I think both have got no shot against it all, but that's my answer on the question.